So I've made some AN lines for the oil cooler just there. So we need to fit them, and we're going to put oil back into the engine. We're going to make sure that the power steering fluid is good as well, and we can start her up. I've got a little something I need to show you guys. If you saw the last episode, you would have seen that I said at the very end I found out something about my car. Well, stay tuned, guys. Yeah. Alright, so last episode I probably said that I was going to do both 180s, but to keep these running together we went for a 90 degree on the bottom one and a 180 on the top. Let's get them on and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, we've got the lines on. That's how it looks. So we've got the 90 there, the 180 up there, straight shot, straight through. So what we're going to do is put some oil in. Hopefully we don't have any leaks. Obviously there's no pressure just yet. See the height of transmission, that's a bit different. You've got to have it running for a bit. Then check the level, which is very difficult with that catch can there. So we'll start with the oil. So I haven't started the engine yet. The oil is on full on the dipstick. I haven't cracked this AN fitting yet, see if there's any oil there, but I doubt it. So we're gonna have to either do that, fill it up, or crank it over, get some oil pressure, and then see the oil drop or add some more. Right, so it's getting a bit late, it's about 10:30, so I'm not gonna crank it over and all that. I'll do that tomorrow after work. I'll turn the injectors off, crank it over, make sure I see some oil pressure, check the oil level again. I'll crack the AN fitting on the top fitting and see if we've got some oil up there. If there isn't any there, I'll check the bottom one. If there is, good. We'll put them back on, check the level, top it up. And what I need to do right now is actually jack it up even further so all the wheels are off the ground and even. It's jacked up but the wheels are still touching, so I'm like mega droop. Anyways, I'll jack that up, we'll come back tomorrow and hopefully it's all good. Alright guys, it's Sunday now, I'm finally back. Got the bumper back on, which now I need to take off. So I've just got clips in that, so I've got to take those 5 clips out. Looks like we've got maybe a little bit of a leak. Yeah, haven't started the car yet, so we'll nip that up before I start it. So I've got the laptop in the car. I'm going to disable the injectors, going to crank it over so we can get some oil into the coolers, and then we'll chuck the injectors back on. We'll start it up, make sure it's all good. Obviously between that process we will top up the oil if it needs it, and then I get to show you what I found out. Alright, so I just nipped up this one a little bit. It was coming out just a little bit on the back side of the fitting, so hopefully we're all good there. Right, we'll jump inside and disable the injectors, crank it over, put up some oil pressure. Right, we've got it on, we're in the fuel system. And disable the injectors. There's the oil pressure. Give it a crank. Hopefully there's still some fuel in it. Alright, we'll go again. There we go, now we're getting it. Get to 20, I'm happy with that. Alright, any oil leaks? None from there, none from there. Cool. It's going to check the oil level. Oh yeah, it sucked it down. Let's add some more. Not too much. I just put some oil in and it's actually lower on the dipstick now. So it must be flowing through the cooler and the lines. Alright, oil level is good at the moment. I'm going to crank it one more time. Try to get up to 40 psi. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, just got up to 50 psi. See where we're at. Just drop down a little bit. Not much. What I'll do, we'll start it up. Because I need the pump in the transmission to go, and then go through the gears to get it flowing. And then we can see if we're leaking from the transmission as well. So we've got the fuel pressure and it's holding it, which is good. Let's get inside and enable the injectors. Turn the car on again. Make sure it's all connected. We go to enable. Reset the ECU. And she should start. Still got a little bit of pressure there. Got a little bit of leaking in here. Exhaust is doing my heading. Alright guys, no leaks in the transmission cooler. I've got to show you something though. This is in drive. Front wheel. Back wheel. Back wheel. Front wheel. They are not spinning the same. Let me explain. Alright guys, so quite a few years ago I busted my center diff in this, taking off a set of lights in the city. Anyways, we replaced the gearbox. You know what's going on. Doesn't have the same final ratio. So for the last 4 or 5 years, 5 or 6 years maybe, I've been running the FOS with different ratios front to back. It's been trying to, the back has been trying to catch up to the front. As you can tell, it was spinning faster at the back to the front. So I believe we've got a 4.44 in the front and 4.11 in the back. So luckily with the autos, we can put a fuse in here and we can put it into front wheel drive for the time being. So if we want to go for a drive, it'll be front wheel drive, but we're not going to be doing big drives. So I'll put that in. I'll just see if it works, make sure the back wheels don't spin. Okay, they're still spinning, but I think that might be just because they're off the ground. I can stop them. I don't think there's no power being sent to them. So front wheel drive it is. Yeah, so one night during the week, or last week maybe, I was thinking about 6-speed swaps and stuff like that, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the transmission. I looked at this plate here that had the original transmission number on it. Then I looked at the transmission that we've got there, and they're different. I looked them up. That transmission's got a 4.44, and that one that's on the plate, the original one, is a 4.11. So easiest thing to do is probably just to change the rear diff, and pretty common, I believe, in the NAs. So I'll try to source one of them, but for now, this episode's over, guys. Pretty unfortunate, pretty silly, didn't even think about it. My dad helped me swap it. He did most of it while I was at work, so he didn't even think about it, and it didn't even cross our minds. Anyways, with that being said, this episode's over. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll catch you next episode when we do something else to the Foz, and then we'll get the Skyline in. Bye.